Big weed smoking crowd? Big weed smoking crowd? Yeah, that's what I thought. Tell me something, folks. Did you ever take a good, solid look at your watch? And as you drop your wrist, realize you still have no idea what time it is? I don't even have a watch, so that's weird. I was watching TV earlier today. They had one of those big, giant, obese guys on. You know what I'm talking about? He was so big he couldn't even get out of his bedroom. I felt real bad for the guy, but I got to thinking, if he can't get out of his room, why don't we just keep all the food in a different room? You get stuck in a room anyway. That doesn't just sneak up on you. There had to be a few days leading up to it where the door was a tight fit. Obesity is a real problem in the U.S., right? We have fat homeless people. That means they like to eat more than they like having a home. I like fat homeless people, though. They always get my dollar. So it just seems more believable when they say they're going to use it for food. So it turns out I'm Mexican. It's not a joke. Seriously, my mother's born and raised in Veracruz. That makes me Mexican. It's cool, because then I get to tell Mexican jokes. Remember that, because I'm gonna. A lot of times people don't believe that I'm Mexican. I think part of that might be because my dad's white, and I'm 6'3". That just makes me like a Mexican double agent. I get to hear the kind of stuff white people say when they think all the Mexicans left the room. It's not really that exciting. They mostly just check to make sure nothing's been stolen. What's the matter? I'm not brown enough for you? But seriously, my mother's born in Mexico. My dad's actually Irish. So I love my Guinness. But I had to quit drinking it. Because whenever I look into it, I kept seeing images of the Virgin Mary. Let's talk a little bit about racism, folks. You know, prejudice is not something people are born with. It's something that's learned. You take my parents. When my Irish dad married my Mexican mother, that was a pretty big deal back in the 70s. But my dad hadn't learned that kind of discrimination. Yeah, he didn't learn to hate Mexicans. Until I was like 5. Remember, I figured it out. I had joined the Boy Scouts. I was like, hey, Dad, can I get one of those Swiss Army knives? He was like, are you kidding me? I know you people are like with knives. I put one in your little beaner hands. Jesus Christ, I married your mother. It doesn't be all tacos and piñatas. Are we drinking, people? Yeah, a little. I like to drink a lot, everyone. I like to drink so much, I started to think I might have a little bit of a problem. But then the more I think about it, isn't the first sign denial? So I figure I'm all right. Now the reason I started to think I might have a little bit of a drinking problem is I started to drink in the shower. Yeah, I was rinsing off once before I even noticed. I'm like, oh wow, I have a beer in my hand. Now I can't remember if I shampooed. But don't knock it, it's relaxing, you should try it. If you do, here's a tip. Stick to cans. It's slippery in there. So let's face it, no one believes the drunk guy's I fell in the shower story when he shows up in the emergency room with a bottle of Bud Light jammed up his ass. Especially if it's not the first time, people. Start to lose credibility. Did you ever get a compliment, but you think they're being sarcastic? Like the other day I was wearing a brand new shirt, and my friend was like, hey man, nice shirt. So I was like, hey man, fuck you, I like this shirt. He was like, yeah, me too. That's why I said nice shirt. Then I said, sorry, Father O'Malley. I thought you were being sarcastic. Is that supposed to be funny because you're not supposed to talk to your priest that way? My priest lets me talk to him any way I want, as long as I keep our little secret. You don't know what the secret is. It's about sports. Did you ever see a girl, and for like a minute, you think she's totally hot, and then the next minute you're like, maybe she's just Asian? Just me? Alright then. I was doing a show recently, and I accidentally said midget in front of a dwarf. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, everyone. Dwarf is okay. They prefer a little person. The dwarf got really angry at me. He started yelling. He said to me, calling a dwarf a midget is like calling a black person the N-word. Have you guys heard this before? Yes. Have black people heard this? It's not really for me to say, but I don't think it's the same thing. So I said to him, I was like, midget, please. Were your people slaves for hundreds of years? No. And it would have been a lot easier to enslave a bunch of midgets. You literally are 3/5 of a person. All right. I met my buddy's new girlfriend recently. That was awesome, right? I tried to talk to her, make nice with her. Like I said, I just met her, and she asks me, she's like, hey, Pete, how big of a guy are you? So I said, I don't know, like 6'3", 240. She says, you know, I have a friend that you'd be perfect for. Really? Just based on that information alone? No foreseeable red flags there. Let's hook this up. What other information could she possibly need? I've just met her strict size requirements. Why wouldn't we get along? You know, I'm kind of big. Sounds like she's probably big. We can go out and do big things together. Maybe we'll go to the amusement park and fit on most rides uncomfortably. Maybe we'll just hang out and accidentally break little stuff. Who knows, someday maybe we'll have freakishly large children. I was dating one girl recently. She's one of those goth chicks. You know what I'm talking about? With the white face and the black? Yeah. Or at least I thought she was goth. Turns out she was dead. So that didn't work out. My grandma's been bugging me about getting married lately. So I says to her, I'm like, hey grandma, you're pretty damn old, right? She says, see, mijo. Which is weird because it was my Irish grandma. She thinks she has to talk to me in Spanish sometimes. But she likes to call it Mexican. I don't even hablo. She's always doing weird stuff like that. Like one year for Christmas, she got me and my brother ponchos. She got my sister one of those cleaning lady outfits. That's all I'm doing, everybody.